Well, good evening, everyone. This is meteorologist Ted Keller. You may not know it, and there's no reason to suspect it, but there was a weak tornado in Springfield this evening, and I have a blog post up for it. Here's a short little video I'll just record here before I get the real resolution radar data in later tonight, and I'll have that for you tomorrow. This is somewhat more coarse, but this is the way our radar looked at about 5 minutes after 7 o'clock tonight. We had organizing showers and updrafts over Springfield. These were really barely thunderstorms. I don't remember seeing any lightning. There might have been some with this. But this tornado was weak, and if you look at the blog post, you know where it occurred. It was on East Cairo, there off of Glenstone, not far from Georgia Steakhouse there. And it was on the ground, very short amount of time here, but it's a perfect example of how weak tornadoes can form under strongly developing updrafts, not even necessarily thunderstorms, updrafts, and spin up a tornado just by taking the rotation that exists on a broader scale and just focusing it when it stretches up into the column. And this thunderstorm was on the edge. Now, let me advance this just a little bit for you so you see what's going on. This is 10 minutes after 7 o'clock. The tornado was reported right around this time. The Weather Service is saying it's about 7:18 or so, give or take a few minutes. So here it is at 15 after 7. Again, still a developing kind of column there right over central Springfield. And then by, this is actually at 20 minutes after, so the tornado had already occurred. Now, what you're seeing being plotted up there are the actual storm reports that were finally received. And that was the first one I noticed this evening. There was just some wind damage. Then the Weather Service confirmed there was an actual tornado. You'll notice by now here, this thing has fully developed. And it's one of those phenomenon that happens occasionally. And I think that the wind shear in the atmosphere was weak, but probably better than most people suspected. And the environment was very moist. What I mean by that is the humidity in the lower atmosphere is very low where this develops. So it allowed for a very low base on the storm, which aids in these little spin-ups that we occasionally get. A bizarre event. And yes, you are correct. There was no warning for this. I honestly don't expect how there could have been, to be perfectly honest. I just don't know if we're there yet. But that's a little summary of it. I'll have more on this when I get the high-resolution data in tomorrow in the morning sometime and have a more complete report.